Chennedy Carter's career in the WNBA is officially over. You can call it a wrap, zip it up in a bag, throw it away. Chennedy Carter's career in the WNBA is over, and she has nobody to blame but her goddamn self. Las Vegas Aces waived Chennedy Carter today. Let that sink in for a second. Your fourth leading scorer who plays 17 minutes a game and averages as many points as your starting point guard who plays double the time, she just got cut. And if Becky Hammond and Asia Wilson and Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray couldn't keep hold of Chennedy Carter from her erratic behavior, clearly bipolar personality, well, quite frankly, then nobody can, because with that type of talent, you should be able to play somewhere in the WNBA in a league void of talent. I mean, it's insane what we're looking at right here. Chennedy Carter averaging 12.2 points per game, played 13 games this year, had been dealing with some injuries of late, did not start a game, shot 60% from the field for the season, and 52.4% from three. Folks, she is probably the most talented player in the WNBA, or she was, but she can't control herself, and the history is long and in your face. And again, if a team like the Las Vegas Aces, who have a solid foundation, 3 championships in 4 years, Asia Wilson, a 4-time WNBA MVP, if they can't control her, then nobody can. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast, in conjunction with Las Vegas Aces Unfiltered. Yes, we got the whole platform. We're sharing it all, man. Like, subscribe, follow, hype the video. I appreciate y'all's support. When the Aces decided to sign Chennedy Carter, you thought, yo, this is going to be a bargain basement deal. You can't lose. You can't lose. You can't lose. Because even if she's a disaster, you didn't lose anything. She's on a training camp contract. And of course, she balls out because we all know how damn good she is. But again, it's been made official today that she is no longer a part of the Las Vegas Aces. Roster update. Roster update. Las Vegas Aces have waived Chennedy Carter. In addition, the Aces have signed Justine Passot from the Indiana Fever off their developmental squad. Here's some of the comments. Now y'all can't just casually say this. I need explanations because, well, no, you really don't need explanations because they're the team and they can do whatever the hell they want. It's their franchise. And they can sign and cut whoever they please. Someone else says, the hell. Someone says, wow, just a joke. Cannot believe it. Shaking my head. Had to be a locker room issue. She's amazingly talented, but it seems that it's the same story on each of her W teams. Don't hate the messenger here. Just noting what has happened on every team. WTF. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, huh? Before Bell is crazy work. I'm lost. Something must have happened deep inside the locker room. OMG, not Carter. Chennedy must be the problem. Every organization she has been to, she's either been traded or cut. But this is still a huge loss for the Aces. She was a scoring bucket. Bring her ass to the A. No, that ain't going to happen. She's been there before. Didn't work out too well. Again, they're keeping players that you know are better than her, that she's better than, and dumping her. It's clear as day there is an issue with Chennedy Carter. Like we can stop it. And I love Chennedy Carter. I think Chennedy Carter is a fantastic talent. But quite frankly, the WNBA cannot handle a personality who is clearly suffering from some level of, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but she absolutely has to suffer from some split personality or personality disorder, bipolar, schizophrenic. Something is going on with Chennedy Carter. where she probably needs to be medicated. She's a dynamo. She's a firecracker. She's an incredible talent, explosive, dominated over in China. Just a phenomenal player. Probably should be a starter. Probably isn't happy that she's not a starter, which has to have some level of irritation for her that she's not starting on this team because she knows that she's better than these players that are ahead of her, or she at least she believes she is. If you look at if you look at this season, she's recently been injured where she's missed some games. She started off to get the season this year on fire. I mean, you can go through her from the preseason up to those first 8 games where she was just blowing the doors off the building. Statistically speaking, look at her stats here. I mean, her stats early on, it was like, how is she not starting while they're starting other players? And then beyond that, there was one incident where I believe it was when Jackie Young was scuffling really badly and Chennedy Carter had a huge game and she was sitting on the bench in the last 6 minutes, something like that. When you see her early on this season, from the season opener, she had 10, then she had 22, 27, 18, 20, 23, 14. And then she drops down to 6. And then she's at 0. And then 4. And then she's out for a couple of weeks. Looks like she missed some time in between May 31st and June 11th. When you see the minutes drop, the minutes go to 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes. Then she goes back to 16. And then she plays in the Commissioner's Cup Championship, goes for 25 minutes, gets 18 points. And that's the last we have seen of Chennedy Carter. She played July 3rd, played 11 minutes. Minutes dropped again. And then against the Indiana Fever, she goes for a 0 spot. 15 minutes, only takes 2 shots. This is someone who psychologically probably can't handle situations like this. I don't know anymore. Like you want to defend her and say, like, if this was in the NBA or in men's sports, you wouldn't have these issues. But this isn't men's sports. This isn't the NBA. You don't have an overabundance of job availability in the WNBA. You only have 180 players. In the NBA, you have 450, and you got a G League and so forth. So if you're not playing in the WNBA, well, guess what? Your ass is going back to China if you want to continue playing professional basketball. And if you want to be a great player amongst terrible players, I guess by all means you can do so. Maybe the threat of going to prison if you don't follow the rules, because that's China and they don't play around. But if the Las Vegas Aces can't help you, who the hell can help you? There are no options left. There are literally no options left. I mean, I guess you could try Minnesota, but they don't need a guard like her. They got 3 guards. They got 3 guards like that. McBride, Williams, and Olivia Miles. You don't need her. And there's no other strong-willed coach out there that could probably handle her. I mean, maybe Sandy Brondello could in Toronto. Brittany Sykes is out for the year. Maybe they'll give her a flyer, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I don't think there's anyone left in the WNBA as constructed right now with 15 teams that's going to take a chance on Chennedy Carter anymore. I mean, every place she's gone, it's ended the same way. Whether it was Atlanta, LA, Chicago, and now Vegas, bro, you had 4 options, and they've all turned out bad at the end of the day. So I am sure this was another example, another situation where Chennedy Carter could not control herself. And even in a year where she's shooting 60% from the floor, they cut her. They said, "We've had it. We have absolutely had it." And you're talking about players on this team like a Kirsten Bell, who's absolutely terrible, Brianna Turner, who's terrible, a Stephanie Talbot, terrible, Cheyenne Parker Tyus, terrible, and you cut Caitlin. I mean, you cut Chennedy Carter. Cut Chennedy Carter. It must be bad. And I'm sure it didn't happen without Asia Wilson's blessing. So think about that too. Asia Wilson probably had enough. More than anybody, I think when you have a player like Chennedy Carter, you go to the top dog and you say, "Look, this is becoming an untenable situation. How you feel?" And Asia Wilson probably was the last word that said, "Yeah, get rid of her," because this team is struggling a little bit right now. They're coming off of losing. They've lost Asia Wilson. They're 3-2 in their last 5. They did beat Chicago, and they did have it twice. They beat Dallas the one, but they just got smacked up and down by Indiana at home. They got smacked by New York. Oh, and I forgot to include the New York game in the Commissioner's Cup, which I don't believe even counts to the standings. So yeah, they lost 2 of their last 3 games. So this is where we are, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Chennedy Carter is gone. Dunzo, probably career over. Do you think there's a place that she might land? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hype the video, like the video, subscribe to the channels, and ring the bell. It's Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Las Vegas Aces Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.